Hello, welcome to Black Sport. We are here once again in the second edition of Let's Talk Sports. I am your host, like always, Insonet Uche, and with me here I have an Arsenal enthusiast, someone who is so passionate about his club, down from the time that the mother gave back to him, said, go forth and become an Arsenal fan. I have no one else but Scobregas. Welcome to Black Sport.
Oh, thank you very much. I mean, it's such a pleasure to be here. It's what we do, to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, the love for the game. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be.
It's August 17th again, yeah, the start of a new season.
No, 16th. Come on, I played football yesterday. Are you removing mine?
Well, I mean, we're not here for banter, are we? But
Yes.
it's not my fault that if I would say I don't rate your team, but but
It's too early.
yeah,
It's
but
too early.
I
It's
mean,
too
yeah,
early. You
it's
know
still,
what? Let me
it's still,
call it out.
it's the start of a new season. Yeah, it's the start of a new season. I mean, that's the bottom line of everything. But
Yeah.
to be honest, it's such a pleasure to be here. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's football. Nothing compares to club football at the end of the day. Yes, but the Euros has come and gone.
Yeah.
It was an excellent. I saw a lot of your work in the Euros.
No, Euros
Yeah,
is
it
something
was-
we love. We love the
Yeah,
football.
I saw a lot of your work. I saw a lot of your work in the Euros, and I was
I love
like,
my shouting as well.
yeah. And so, when you reached out and to come on the show, I was like, well, I mean, it's something I would love to.
Definitely, I know.
I mean, from time to time, I always just hit on me whenever. I always
Definitely.
accept your invite to be here. It's something we really love to do at the end of the day. But
You know what it is?
yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
So before we actually go down into the matter proper, so I just need to ask you this one. You normally ask anyone who comes to the podcast, the show,
Yeah.
is when did you fall in love with football?
Good question. I mean, something my wife speaks about a lot. She always wants to know about that. But
Really?
yeah, because I mean, I think for as long as I can remember, since my own existence,
Yeah.
like I've been in love with football. Like
Okay.
people who really know me, I've been in love with football for as long as I can remember. But
Yeah.
if my memory serves me right, from the moment I started to pick up senses,
Mm-hmm.
the very first game I did watch was I think Mark Overmars. Yeah, that was my very first experience, and the one that really comes to my memory was Mark Overmars.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Arsenal yellow jersey.
Okay.
I think it was the same
That's
season.
O2.
Yeah, the
Okay.
the same season we beat Man United 1-0
Come on.
in Old Trafford.
Must Manchester United pop up in every single
growing
thing?
up then, it was Arsenal, Manchester United.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
obviously,
know that.
obviously,
To be
yeah,
honest,
obviously.
like if we're being honest, as
Obviously.
Arsenal fans, Ferguson really had it over Wenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time when Wenger just came. Then I think when Wenger just came in, then Wenger was like, figuring out Ferguson. I think he really did a study on Ferguson.
Okay.
So in the early years, he really gave him problem. But towards the later years, when Wenger fell off, yeah, Wenger kind of like fell off. But then I think I would say 1997
And then 7.
was the year that I really knew that, wow, this was what I loved. Yeah, and I mean, that's starting it. I started watching Arsenal games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that season we won the league,
Okay.
97, 98. Yeah, so that was the season. Then going into the World Cup,
Yeah.
I found myself that I really loved France,
Okay.
and I really wanted them to win the World Cup,
Okay,
and
yeah.
they did.
Yes.
So, it's just like people who like football now and they start supporting Man City.
Yeah.
So when you start football and the team you just like is so successful,
That definitely,
Yeah,
yes.
you
You have to be
get-
attracted by something successful.
so you would really fall in love with the game
Yeah.
because of the success. But that's the thing, is when you now get to fall in love with the game and understand the game, that you now know that, right, there's a time for dominance for everything.
Definitely.
So you have to like go through the whole roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
You understand? So at that point in time, 97, 98, I picked it up. Then going into France 98, France won the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved the way they played. I loved
Yeah,
everything. The
exactly.
final, I still can remember the 3-0 final
The
against
final
Brazil.
when they were playing the corner kick,
Yes,
and
exactly.
then they went for
I
a
can
counter.
never-
Is an epic drama.
Exactly. I can never forget that final.
They win
because-
2-0, and they were thinking they're going to get like 2-1.
Yeah,
and
I was really scared of Brazil,
Yeah.
like, because I was like, the only thing everybody talks about Brazil.
Petit, right?
Yeah, Petit
Petit.
scored the final
The
goal.
final goal, and that was everybody.
The nail in the coffin. Like, I can
Everyone
remember
on the
jumping, and
floor.
my dad was like, what's wrong with this man? What's wrong with this young boy? You get,
Damn.
and that tournament, I also fell in love with Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So the next year, when
Yeah.
I heard that Arsenal were going for Thierry Henry in 1999, I was like, this is a match made in heaven.
This
You
is it.
understand?
This is it.
Like,
This
so
is it.
you get, so it was just something like, it was just natural.
Okay.
So 97 going into 98, like, the love with Arsenal was just natural. Then Thierry Henry coming into Arsenal, it was also still, it was just going like, so that's why Thierry Henry is my best ever football player.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I don't think till I go into my grave, like, any player is going to surpass that love.
Okay.
You get, so
for you is 1997.
yeah, that was the time
that
that
was
I knew
the peak of it.
that was the time. Then just kept into the game. So like, I think everybody I made, every friend and family member I met at that time, they just like knew that, right, this was where
the passion actually go.
where the passion was coming from.
That's actually quite incisive. So for me, I think looking at this, I would say for my own part, I think mine was in 1996, have to do with the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
Olympic 96, and not because maybe I was really into football, apart from playing football actually in the streets, which every kid does,
that's true, yeah.
Having the euphoria of enjoying with your friends, where you guys dictate the rules of the game, where you guys so anytime when one person leaves or they call you to coming back to going to the house, the game stops, things like that. Now, fast forward to let's rewind back to that should be Atlanta 96.
Yeah.
That was a pick of it for me. And the reason...
Yeah, speaking about that, that's true, actually.
Yes.
I know then I still had, like... Even USA 94, I was very little.
Yeah.
But I could remember the pain my dad felt when we lost against Italy.
Okay.
USA 94. I could still remember, but then I was not...
Exactly.
Yeah, I could still remember. Then in Atlanta 96, I could remember the joy.
Thank you.
I could remember the whole of my streets and everybody in Atlanta 96.
We don't get that anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
we don't get that anymore. That was, to me, as a child, I saw everywhere. I saw people, jubilation. It was like a carnival. So that joy, that excitement, I look forward to it every single time.
Yeah,
so before, I used to think that every football game will always end like a carnival like that.
Yeah, that's
so it gives me those enthusiasts whereby I'm watching the game. I'm like, because I know when the game everywhere went, it was ballistic.
It was crazy.
So that's actually when I fell in love with football. So just to keep you up to date on what we are going to be doing here, this is Black Sport Podcast, where everybody get their own stories from the fan perspective. Sometimes we know this is a game of the different stakeholders. You have the players, you have the institution itself, you have the spectator, which is the fan, which are the people who are meant for the game. So we have to discuss how it affects our lifestyle, talk about our stories, and of course banter about our various clubs. As about Manchester United, he's a die fan of Arsenal FC, and we're going to see how as the show goes on, it's going to get more heated and interesting as we go.
Yeah.
I just have to have this break so you can actually go back. I don't want to keep my guests still waiting for so long. So just a little bit nutshell to tell you that Black Sport Podcast is all about storytelling, how we connect with one another, interact, and as an institution, as a football analyst, as an enthusiast of the game, of sports in general. So we'll be diving more in football because it's one of the most popular sport in the whole world, and we have so many fans. I myself am a Manchester United fan. I will bring so many fans alongside on the show to interact, how they love the game. There's certainly going to be lots of banter as well. So stay glued with Black Sport Podcast because you will not regret it. Okay, so let me put it back to my guest so I don't keep it too long. All right, so come in. Let's go.
So to give you an update, we had a match yesterday, obviously.
Yeah, and of did.
Premier League is
back.
It's back and it's on the way.
Peak of excitement.
Exactly, and we like a Fulham yesterday. To everybody's surprise, there was no much goals. Yeah. Okay, because everyone expected, like myself, much go like over 2.5, much goes in favor of United, but obviously not like I posted yesterday, not the scoreline we actually wanted, but actually the win we anticipated for. Looking at that game right now, I know there's been a lot. This was the first game. Everybody has a whole lot of things to say. Do you think United have it together?
Well, I mean, it's no secret. Like, I mean, anybody who knows me, like personally, um, I'm all about Man City this season.
Okay. Why will you say this?
Yeah,
no.
Hold on.
Right.
Don't get right up. Yeah,
I'm ready because since you sat on this chair, you've been picking on Manchester United.
No, okay. I was coming somewhere. I'm not picking on Man United. I'm just
all right.
Personally, like on a personal, but I have to leave like my emotions out of this right now. But personally, I'm just all about Man City, to be honest. But about Man United now, I have to give a perspective now. To be honest, I think I told you sometime in the summer. I think when we had a conversation about Man United, I said there's just one thing I've seen about Man United that was last season when Sir Jim Ratcliffe came in.
Okay, yeah.
That was the first thing, I think, since 2013.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I've seen that Man United are going in the right direction.
Okay.
Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I really, really, really like him.
Yeah.
You understand? It's just like growing up, I watched a lot of Man United because they were my rivals.
Yes.
Like they annoyed me so much. You get like growing up, like that was when I really didn't like Man United. You understand? So Alex Ferguson is no, that's. I mean, now we are watching Pep Guardiola. Yes, he's great. Yeah. You understand? But growing up, Alex Ferguson gave me PTSD. You understand? Like, I really knew he was a great manager. Like, I liked him so much. And going against him, you're like, when it's Arsenal Bayern United games, you're like, oh, damn, again. Alex Ferguson is gone. Yeah. Like, so now watching Sir Jim Ratcliffe come in, it's. If you watch his interviews, he hits the right notes. He says the right things. It's very obvious. Like, to be honest, if you have a problem, you have to admit that you have a problem first to move forward. You understand? So he's coming. He's kind of like, yes, he's all about the money. He wants to make his money. Do you understand? But he's a sporty person. You understand? And being a sporty person in a club is very important. You understand? It's just like what some pastors say. If I'm preaching to you, I have to preach to you first and use my home as instances. So whenever I give instances on these things, I always like to use Arsenal.
Okay.
You understand? So when Edu came in as a sporting director, I was like, yes, not someone just about how this club business can make money for us. Somewhere about the love for the game. Do you understand? And that's what Jim Ratcliffe is giving to Man United. Exactly. You understand? So he said it in his last interview that I watched. I know I watched. It was about an hour, and I watched the full thing. He said, Man United has a lot of accountants. Compared to sporty people. Exactly. That's mad.
It was all about money.
Yes, that's mad. Money. He said he came into the club. How many sporty people could he pick up? That's mad. Like, in a club as big as Man United. You understand? Where's the love for the game? The love for the game is going out the window. Just all about, at the end of the day, making money, making the top four. You understand? So,
and that reminds me, about the story concerning when Ibrahimovic.
Yes, exactly. The funny thing is that as a fan, yes, you want to defend your club. But a lot of big players are saying these things. Exactly. They've said these things about Man United. But as a fan, most fans are like, what did they know? But really, like, players, Ibrahimovic has gone everywhere around the world. Do you understand? Coming to Man United and saying all those things, you have to pick up some things. And I know, yes, Ronaldo was. So many fans said he was out of order. But come on, when you sit down and think,
he was really out of order.
Yeah, he was out of order. I love Ronaldo so much. I love Ronaldo so much. Yes, I love Ronaldo so much. But of course, like when that interview came, I was like, come on.
Yeah, you should.
You are still on the contract. Even if you knew that he was going to go out, but you're still on the contract in the club.
You should do it in-house.
As a fan, you will sit down and pick up something. It's just like maybe an Arsenal when we are not winning trophies. As an Arsenal player come and say, well, that's for you to say. I mean, we are going. Obviously, we love where the club is at. We know where they are going to. We are not winning. We're not going for those trophies. We know where we are going for.
When last time we won a trophy?
That's why.
Last time we won a trophy.
It was 2020. But we know where we are going for. Come on, calm down. We're still on Man United. We're still on Man United. You understand? So watching the game yesterday. yes, you can say it's an improvement on last season.
Yeah.
I mean, any blind person can see that. But the thing is, even any United person who knows what they are doing in the club, we know they are not where they want to be yet.
Yes, definitely.
They're not where they want to be yet. Yes, you understand. And watching the game, yeah, to be honest, it was a very, very drab affair, especially in the first half. Like, I almost fell asleep.
Come on.
Yeah, to be honest, yes, but
Come on.
it's even as a last season. Yes, the season has just started, so we can't really judge.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
But as our last season, even those kind of games, United still sat back. Yes, as last season.
Last season,
Yes,
it was
but
a
this season-
disaster. It was
yeah,
a
exactly.
disaster.
But this, at least, you could see that they were like, "This is our stadium. We have to own it."
Yeah, yeah. Definitely.
You understand? You could see that yesterday, and they were like, "This is our stadium. We have to own it." And
With the new signings.
yeah, the new signings coming in, but it was. I have to say something about the new signings. Tehang was just wanted to make sure the new signings played, especially for the back line. Hold on, I'm
Yeah,
coming somewhere.
Yeah.
You say the partnership of Martinez and Maguire yesterday wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, honestly.
I mean, that was the
I was-
for me that was even
Thank you.
that was even a good point
Thank
in
you.
the match for me.
Yeah.
So why would you be losing? Why would you be looking for a goal in the game
And you're pulling.
in the 82nd minute and you're bringing in Delete and
If you watch my post, I said
So
I
I
don't
was
understand your substitution.
I was like, I mean, what's going on here? Like, you just want to make sure we see your new signings. Maguire was doing so well. I know last season I said this thing a number of times to my United fans I know. Out of your backline last season, Maguire was the best.
Yeah, definitely. He was outstanding.
Yes, last season he was so good. You understand?
If not for injury.
Yeah, he would have gone for the Euros.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
If not for the
Maguire
injuries.
was the best last season. So he just wanted us to see the latest. I was like, yesterday, sorry, and I was like, 82nd minute, you're looking for a goal.
Come on, I don't
Delete.
understand.
Well, but
Maybe you never know. Maybe I think.
yeah,
maybe,
and
Maguire said he wasn't out.
one thing he should never try again going into next week is play Bruno false nine. That's a failed project already, even before he kicked off.
It was.
I mean,
Because of
I know yes, Oyland is injured.
Yeah.
I know you have Oyland injured. You
But
have
Joshua now.
Joshua. Like now, I mean, whether you like it or not, if you don't have the options, Joshua has to play.
He just has to. He
Yeah.
said he's 9.5.
Yeah,
player.
he just yeah. I know he said he's a 9.5. I mean, what was that? What really is that? What the?
Because
I'm not a 10. I'm not a 9. I'm a 9.5. You're not even an 8. Like I mean,
the good thing
that was
is-
so cringe.
but
Like
the good thing is that he's 9, full 9. Then
I mean,
Five.
whether you like it or not, he has to play.
Yeah, he has to play.
Because you don't have any other option there.
Yeah.
And you see for Rashford, I mean, I've had it a lot for Rashford.
Okay, okay, wait. Before I talk about Rashford,
Yeah.
because that's a whole different thing altogether.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a different department.
Yeah.
The problem we had somewhat last season was about the defense line most times. Okay, because if you look at Manchester United, we always conceding goals.
Yeah.
and that was really in as much as
You
somehow
consider more than you scored last
exactly.
year. actually.
Somehow
consider
you
more than
go
scored goals,
and it boils down to not Onana. I know Onana has own fair share of the
Yeah.
game, but he wasn't doing that each game like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Onana, as we know, if we had the best backline, trust me, Onana won't even. Okay, look at
It
yesterday.
won't look so bad.
Look at yesterday. He was so
It won't look
relaxed.
so bad.
He was so
On
relaxed.
the defense, yeah, I agree with that, to be honest. The thing is, what I would say about Onana is, to be honest, every keeper has a little bit of madness in them. That's the truth. I mean, Manutd has made
Okay. No, leave
terrible mistakes.
No. Sometimes I say,
Yeah,
Noah, must
you
be
get
mad.
so every
Comment
keeper
section of the field. Many of the comment section.
yeah, every like to be honest, every keeper has a little bit of madness in them. You get, but you have to gauge it. Yeah, there's some keepers who are madder than some. I mean, that's why as my own club we went for Raya.
Yeah.
To be honest, because Ramsey can be mad. You understand? So yes, and I know that Onana, in terms of the Premier League, if I'm a manager, I wouldn't buy Onana. I have to be honest with you. No, I wouldn't.
Why?
I wouldn't. I think he's too big of a risk as a goalkeeper. But that being said, Onana is not as bad as everybody always says. You understand? If, as you said, if you really have a good backline, that's where I really agree on.
Yeah.
If you really have a good backline, Onana would not be exposed.
At all, he won't.
It wouldn't be exposed. Like Raya won the Golden Glove last season,
Because
and this season, when I had to make my predictions,
Yeah.
Golden Glove, I still picked him. Why? Because of Saliba and Gabriel. You understand? And when someone asked me a point, why am I still picking Ryan? I said the best goalkeepers don't always win the Golden Glove. That was what I said. The best goalkeepers, actually, defenses win you the Golden Glove. That's it. You have to be on. I mean, I know we say a lot about Peter Cech being a very great goalkeeper, but
Van der Sar.
not even Van der Sar now. The season when Chelsea went and considered just 15 goals, that was obviously because of Terry and Cavallo.
It's all backline.
Yes.
It's all backline.
I mean, look at when Peter Cech came to Arsenal. He was exposed.
Yeah.
I mean, who do we have?
No, but then,
We had, I know it was aging. But keepers winning that. Van der Sar was 41. Was 41 on still.
No,
what are we talking
Van
about?
der Sar was phenomenal.
Exactly.
We can't have anyone like that anymore.
I mean, he was aging, yes, but he was still exposed. I mean, who did we have? We have Mustafi in front of it. So what are you talking about? So yes, goalkeepers have to be protected, whether I would like it or not. So now about it, and I get why Ten Hag invested a lot in the defense. I get why, although I'm not so sure about going to buy a 19-year-old for 59 million or 69 million. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, but I get why he invested a lot in the defense. The elite is proven. Whether I would like it or not, he's proven. Definitely. Yeah, he's played in Ajax at 19. He was the captain. Come on. He's played in Juventus. He's played in Bayern Munich. You could argue
he didn't have a playing time, but
you could argue in the 3 clubs he's gone to, they're the biggest clubs in the countries in which he's played. And now Man United, which arguably is the biggest club in England.
Who is his agent? You know his agent?
I can't pick a name to it. I know they say a lot to it, but if you look at the moves, like Juve, Bayern Munich, I get that.
Let me check.
Man United, even when he wasn't playing with Bayern Munich that well. But the thing is, personally, if I was a manager, I wouldn't just relegate. I wouldn't just Rafaela Pimenta. Yeah, that's that. I think he's doing good. Yeah, he's doing a very good job.
That's people do things like people like people who do
George Mendes.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if I was Ten Hag, I wouldn't just relegate Maguire to the bench. The thing is, I want to build with what I have. That because I will make you a strong defense. Because I mean, watching and obviously, personally, if you buy a 120 million defender from now, Martinez is still your best defender. He's still your best defender.
Yeah.
When his first season, when I watched him his first season, I was like, man, whoa.
With so many, when he came because of his height, most people think that he will actually.
I know he said that on Sky Sports yesterday.
That was Carragher said that as well.
Carragher was
the one who actually picked on him.
On Sky Sports.
But that was an obvious. But it was an obvious. That height. You have to be.
But what he doesn't have in his height, he makes up in his brain.
Because
it's so good.
It's just like when you have people who are short in this game.
Yeah.
If you can't make up with your height, you have to be extremely talented. You have to be more than exceptional. That's all you want to have.
I mean, he scored Arsenal with his head. Yeah, he scored Arsenal with his head in 2023.
We know like Messi scored Manchester United with his head.
I get that sometimes. But the thing is. About that difference, and now you see Mazraoui yesterday was solid.
Mazraoui yesterday was solid. I had my doubt because of your first game.
It was. Debut. I mean, his first game. So I mean, if he had done badly, he would be criticized. So it's in as much as and you can as well still give him credit if he has done that good. So Mazraoui. So I think that's something in defense is something we really need to, and I think this season they really need to play like Man United. You don't have to go play Liverpool and you're sitting back. You don't have to go play anybody that finishes in the top 10 and you're sitting back. That's not Man United that we watched growing up. You understand? So I feel like yesterday, like it's always good, like 3 points. However you get it, it's always good to get your 3 points on the board. So there's no need anybody saying like, I mean, it's just Fulham. No, it's whether you like it or not, get your 3 points, move on. Like it's a Premier League. You understand? So it's always good to get your 3 points and move forward. But I wouldn't read a lot into the game. I wouldn't read so much into the game, because I mean, there's still the things about injuries. Whether you like it or not, I know people said a lot about last season. He didn't have his player, so how do you expect him to play? So now, I'm not saying this as kind of like not to give him his credit or anything, but growing up. for 5 or 6 years, that was the anthem Wenger was always giving us. And yes, it was always about injuries. And so many people now, this is to Man United fans.
This
This is to Man United fans. So many Man United fans now who are like, how do you expect him to play? He doesn't have his whole back line. If you have Saliba, Gabriel, how do you play?
I remember that. God.
Arsene Wenger for years never had his team.
Yes, that's
Arsene Wenger was
Crystal.
He was never able to get the best out of Van Persie. The only year, I don't know whether they injected Van Persie. I don't know.
Manchester United.
Exactly. The only year he had Van Persie was the year 2011-2012, and he made him captain. And Van Persie scored 30 goals in the league. And the next year, he went to Man United.
And he went straight up.
And he United. So what I was saying, when it comes to injuries, that is not an excuse I like to hear. Personally, me, why? Let me tell you why.
Arsenal is. We know Arsenal is. You guys are always good. Once it gets to December, January, I don't know what happens in January with Arsenal.
That's what I'm saying.
Players,
all the players injure. Once it gets to,
it's like
I'm telling you, that was the norm for me growing up. Once it gets to, I mean, look at our season 2007-2008. That was the year I really thought we were going to win the league after 2004. 2007-2008. That was Man United won that league. I think we came out third. We were, I think, in November, December. When it got to December, I think, Fabregas was still fit. Alexander Kleb got injured. Van Persie came in. Van Persie got injured. Van Persie was already injured for 4 months. Came back, scored against Man United, and went back. He scored against Man United. As was jubilating, he went back to injury. You get, so when it comes to injury, I mean, Kolo Touré towards the latter years of Arsenal didn't play up to didn't play a full season anymore. So when it comes to injuries, we've seen it. And then what we normally had from fans was, I mean, you're Arsenal. Injuries is not an excuse. That's why you have the squad. So the thing is, yes, in as much as I get it, I know, because I've experienced this firsthand in a number of years. I know that injuries can always hinder you.
Definitely.
For how you play. But at the end of the season, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
You have to make do what you have, and you have to. And another thing, why are your players getting injured?
That's another problem.
That's the thing. So that still has to do with your management. Why are your players getting injured?
Is the training too hard?
Is the training, or is it what? What is it? No, I mean,
is it the diet?
Whether you like it or not, look at the best players in the world. They don't get injured. Why would at the end of the year you come out as the best player in the world? That's because you're able to play consistently.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, whenever I talk about Arteta, people are like, I get out. But I admire the man so much. You know, in 2019, when Arteta came in, I haven't seen him play. I haven't seen him manage. Sorry.
I haven't
seen him manage in 2019. If you go to my tweets, check 2019. I said this is the man I've been waiting for.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, when we got Unai Emery out, and I was like, I wanted Arteta. Why did I? Because when I haven't watched his press conference, he said the right things. He said, first, we need to know where we are. Do you understand? We need to know where we are. We need to become hard to beat. First. I mean, they asked him, Liverpool and Man City, look at where they are. He was like, that's not a conversation we should be having right now. We are not there yet. That's not Liverpool and miles ahead of us. Man City and miles ahead. That's not a conversation we're having. We should know where we are. And when he came in, if you watched last year, they asked him about Saka. Saka playing too many games. Don't you think he would fall off? You know what he said? He said, I know Saka is playing too many games. Look at the best players in the world. How many games do they play?
They play everything.
Exactly. He said they play every game. Is it because this is Saka? He said, you say Saka is playing too many. Look at I want to make him one of the best players in the world. He said, I want to make him one of the best players. He said, look at the best players in the world. They play every game.
Definitely.
They play match in, match out, and they score 50 goals. They score 70 goals. I mean, Ronaldo scored 50 goals in La Liga alone. People thought it was normal. He said, look at the best. He said, I want to make him the best player one of the best players in the world. You understand? So you don't come and tell me Saka is playing so many games where you rest him. If he wants to, because we've had the conversation, if really he wants to be one of the best players in the world, he has to play
the same thing. The same conversation came with Ten Hag when they're saying that, why is he playing Maino every single game. That Maino is not still young to actually absorb this kind of pressure.
I mean, that conversation of being too young is when you're not good.
Thank you. Because
there's no such thing as you are too. Fabregas was the captain of Arsenal at 20.
He was one of the youngest. Yeah, when he just took it from Colo2,
He
right?
started, yes. Now he started playing
And
for
I was
Arsenal
wondering who was so
consistently
surprised.
at 16 plus.
Yeah.
That Champions League final, our run to the Champions League final, he was 16. When he got to the Champions League final, he was 17.
Yeah.
And he played every single game in that season.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as you are too young to play. That's nonsense. So that's the thing about playing so many games. So I get it. And that thing about injuries now. If you see last season, how many injuries did Arsenal suffer? They're not so much.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So that's another thing you need to.
And Saliba didn't go on injury.
Arsenal and Man City last season didn't suffer any injury. I mean, there was a time that Man City had a full squad to pick from. That's the thing. That's another thing. Why are the players getting injured? That's another thing. Why are they getting injured? So the thing is, when is your time to dominate? Injuries will not be so much of an issue. You won't have those so much. All of a sudden now, Chelsea are talking about injuries every time. Injuries. In those years, the Mourinho years, do we hear all these things?
Exactly.
That's what you need to. In the Mourinho years, those years, we don't hear all those things.
Yeah.
We don't hear, oh, this player is injured. Terry will be injured now, we can't win the league. Damn. Did Terry ever get injured? The year of 2004, 2005, 2006. Did you ever hear John Terry was injured? Ricardo Cavallo. That's the thing. You need to ask yourself those things. Why are the players getting injured? Why is this the conversation a big club should be having?
Every single time.
Oh, the injuries won't let me play. Are you serious?
And I was surprised about Yero getting injured again.
You get it, watching that Arsenal Man United game in preseason and just seeing that happen, I was like, oh, here we go again.
I was like,
here we go again.
I was so confident towards the season.
Yeah.
Having everybody back.
Yeah.
And expecting I'm sure to be actually back. Right now, Shaw is going to be back by September. Now, you know that news hits, injured, Rasmus, injured. I was like, wait, it's too early for me to start this. It's too, because the reason why I'm actually worried, because I know my coach will still go on that. Because
that's the thing,
injury shouldn't be an excuse anymore.
No, it shouldn't be.
I only made a good point here about Wenger's time, because I believe I myself actually said that against you.
Obviously, you did.
Yeah. I said that you guys are going to excuse me.
That's the thing,
yes. This is more like us having a taste of what I would normally serve.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So for Ten Hag, I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
He should actually hold on to right now, because everyone's giving him the backing, the front's giving the backing, but they need to work on that.
No, I think this is a make or die season for Ten Hag.
Definitely.
This is it. You understand? I don't think the club are going to sit back and say, oh, we play atrocious football. Then at the end of the season, you bring us an Carling Cup and FA Cup, and they will say, oh, yeah, another good season will go again.
It can really work based on how did you go head to head. This thing matters is, how did you compete? Did you compete?
Did he compete last year? No,
he didn't compete, like say, because of the obviously excuse, but he did give us something. Do you know what? Do you know that he could have gone even for that statement he made? That statement was so bold. That was so bold.
Yeah.
Because he said.
No, let me tell you.
I get you.
You said something about him going and him not going last year was. I mean, look at the manager market. It's a mess.
Yes, it is.
The manager market is a mess. That's one thing. So another thing I would say about him not
didn't get the coaches they wanted.
Yes, exactly.
We tried to get some coaches. Don't tell me that.
I mean, Zidane doesn't want to go anywhere. Zidane is just a sportsman. I don't know. He doesn't want to go anywhere. You understand? He just wants to sit in his comfort zone. You get? So the thing is, another thing, when they looked around and they were like, is this a risk worth taking?
Nothing is in the market.
Yes. The manager market is a mess. You understand? And look at how much we've invested in this manager since he came in. We've bought so much. You understand? And then now look at the fact that every year he's giving us at least something.
Yes.
So they're like, okay.
What was last time? It was only focus that gave us that. Every year, sure, something.
So they're like, okay, let's have a go. You understand? So that's what I think they felt. So they're like, I mean, there's no harm in trying, but I bet you, if by November, December you're in 8th, 7th, and it's gonna go.
Okay,
definitely.
Now
that's.
Let's do that side. Talking about Rashford. Yeah. I know he's not really. To me, on Rashford's take, he's super talented.
Yeah.
He's one of the first people who looked up to be playing to be competing with likes of Mbappe. You understand? But injury happened. A lot of things happened. Fell off form. Fell off injured. Getting back on and on.
Yeah.
Playing out of position. Now I think he's back to where he is, but somehow I think I usually call it bad luck.
Yeah.
But now I think is self. I'm no longer enjoying him playing.
So
I don't see that.
Yeah.
I don't see him enjoying the game of football like he normally does. He doesn't
You
enjoy
see,
that
when it
anymore.
comes to Rashford, yeah, I'm so disappointed. I mean, I don't like him. Like, I don't support Man United. Yeah, but I like good players.
He's a good player.
So
you should like a good player though.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I like good players. Like, so when I mean I don't, okay, let me rephrase. I wouldn't say I don't like him. Like, obviously, like if he's in competition with my team, I wouldn't want him to do well. Do you understand? Yes. But so now I'm not so much.
You don't care.
I don't really care. Exactly. I don't really care that much about him. But Rashford, when Rashford came out, I can remember this game 2015, the year Leicester won the league, 2015, 2016, when we were going for the league. Rashford dented our league chances.
It was little.
Yeah, that was when he came out. They beat Arsenal 3-2 in Old Trafford. That was his first 2 goals in Premier League.
After scoring 2 goals in Europa.
In the Europa League.
Coming there to give it 2 goals back. Oh, no.
And that week was so bad for me because, I mean, we had just come out of a high.
That's where the dislike came from.
Really? No. I'm going to tell you why that week was bad for me. I'm going to tell you why that week was bad for me. We just came out from a high, or came off a high. We lost to Man United.
Yeah.
Then we lost to Chelsea at home.
Okay.
Then we just fell off. That was how Leicester went on and won that league. So, after I watched Rashford that day, I was like, who is this small boy? I know before the game a lot of hype. He's England now because he has scored the goals in the Europa League.
2 goals. From academy, because of Zlatan was injured. Yeah. Marshall was injured. We have no option.
I was like, this boy is
nothing. Injury is not an option.
You get.
Injury is not an option because we had those 2 frontline out. We have to bring somebody out.
I mean, exactly. So that was it now. So
that was history.
When I watched him, I was like, well, it looks good. It looks a good watch. Then, I mean, I've seen a lot of good Man United players, so it's not like I don't know Man United. Man United produce a lot of good players. I've admired a lot of players. Paul Scholes, I mean, Wayne Rooney, damn it. Once I was like, once I was someone else. So, watching Rashford, I was like, this guy is really going to follow in these footsteps. I mean, after that season, obviously I can't judge him that season because that was just a breakout year. The next season, he looked like he was, yeah. That was, I watched in 2016-17. Then the year with Mourinho when they won the Europa League, it was still there. He still has 1 good game, 1 bad game, 2 good games, 1 bad game. Then, you see after year 2017-2018, I couldn't see Rashford anymore. Hold on, I'm coming.
Okay.
I was like, what's this? That's how you know a consistent player.
But injury comes.
I'm telling you, guy, damn injuries. Forget injuries.
Right?
Forget injuries. So that's how you know a consistent player. 2017-2018, he had a good season. Then after that, I couldn't see him. Up until 2022-2023, scored 30 goals. Last year again, atrocious. So I'm like, we know it's in there somewhere. Exactly. He has because when I watched Rashford going up, I was like, I like players who are dynamic.
They can dribble, they can shoot, they can.
You don't know when he wants to shoot.
You don't know. He's unpredictable.
You understand? You don't know when. Yeah. I love dynamic players. So watching Rashford growing up, I was like, this guy looks like he's getting there. But I mean, this is 2025. We're going on.
Yeah.
24-25 season. This is 9 years. We're still waiting for Rashford to.
No. See. He has been like this. But the problem is, wait.
Let
me break down.
I'm not going to put him on the pedestal now. I'm not going to put him on the pedestal of Salah. But see what I'm saying?
He's not. See what I'm saying? Inbuilt. All the whole thing you're saying is inbuilt. It's like right now, if you see that Mbappe is having a bad season, or maybe you will say that Mbappe is not good anymore, or he's not good. You know, he has it
That
in
is
him.
what I am telling you.
He has
Mbappe
it in
cannot
him.
have a bad season. I am telling you.
Yeah.
Salah cannot have a bad season. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right. Okay.
Salah cannot. Now look at last season. They say Salah had a bad season. Have you looked at his stats?
Yeah, that's mind blowing.
Have you looked at his stats last season?
I get your point.
That's what I'm telling you. You can't tell me a world class player has a bad season. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Rashi on, I believe.
How can you be Rashford? Garnacho has a better season than you.
No. In Rashi on, I believe he has to do it. Somehow he's not having the right environment.
How can you not have a bad
No,
environment? You grew up in Manchester United.
No. When I mean environment, I'm talking about structure-wise, because I believe structure-wise. When I mean structure-wise, I've known Rashi play, have fun lately. He's playing like Marshall. You know what Marshall is?
You see something about
he's not
Rashford.
happy.
Yeah?
You know someone is not
You
happy
see something
playing.
about Rashford. His body language is so bad.
Exactly, because the body is showing that he's not enjoying the game.
His body language has been bad since last season.
Yeah,
His body language has been so. If I watch him, I'm like, if I'm a Man United fan, and I watch him, I'm like, is this guy ready to play for us?
No, he don't feel it. Something is wrong. I mean, he don't feel the energy.
Then the manager plays him every time. The manager backs him, even when he's so bad. I mean, the manager throws Sancho out last season.
Yeah, even playing that.
Rashford literally disrespected him in January. They gave him a 1-match suspension, and the next match he was in the team. So the manager has backed him so much. He played him. Now, if I was a Man United manager, I wouldn't play Rashford. You said Garnacho. I'm going to let him grow. I'm going to let him play the left. And then the right, obviously, Ahmad has to play.
Well, honestly, that's a good one. Ahmad
has to play.
So many potential.
I'll let play the left. I mean, I'm not up for. You're not going to make me lose my job as a manager. No. So that's the thing. You said that manager Ten Hag has backed him so much. So I'm not going to have Rashford coming in.
The thing is bad on because see, sometimes he does so many good things, and the last touch
I don't think it's bad luck. I don't think it's bad luck.
What happens?
I don't think
right, and the final touch
I don't think it's bad luck, to be honest, because I think consistency always pays in football. That's the thing. I think consistency always, whether you like it or not, consistency always pays.
But
I don't think it's bad luck.
It's the first match though. A whole thing can actually change.
It's not just about the first one. I'm just talking based of last. He may have a good season.
Yes.
But that is the typical Rashford. He may have a good season. Then you won't see him for 3 years. Come on. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's bad luck. I'm just saying that he needs to, where they've put him.
Yeah.
Right now, Rashford is supposed to be the player, like, you know, if a player is coming to Man United, they're like, I want to play with Rashford.
Yeah.
Do you get what I want to, like, that's where Rashford is supposed to be now. That's what I'm saying, though. I don't have anything against. Obviously, I don't. But
so now, if you look at that squad now, the front line, do you think United? What I'm asking you this, I like to have more called an opposition point of view.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm not in opposition.
You're not opposition because
I'm not in opposition.
Is it because you say that you don't care? You care so much about what
Man United, no, I really don't.
Because you think Man City is your threat, but let me
obviously our threat.
At the end of the day. You know what? When you play tomorrow first. When you play tomorrow.
No, we're playing today.
Okay, so when you play today, Man City will play tomorrow. When they play tomorrow, you will know whether they're really a threat.
No, the season is too early.
God.
Even if they don't win Chelsea, they will definitely be there.
Definitely.
They will definitely be there.
And today is a game actually everybody's putting a whole lot from you guys to actually come up with Arteta and his mind-blowing skills and want to see how work.
It's not mind-blowing yet. It's yet to give us.
No, because the way guys are carrying, I see the points are.
We are not carrying him anywhere. No.
The points are not the trophy yet.
Yeah.
The points are not the trophy. You need to see, no matter how good you are, if you don't
win the trophy,
if you don't secure it,
counts for nothing.
That is why it's as if everybody actually backing Ten Hag, because no matter how Ten Hag was able to get something in a bad situation.
Yeah, we get you. Move on.
Okay, now back to what we're actually going to talk about here. This is a brand new season. The EPL has started. You're here with me, Scobregas, taking you through all what's happening in yesterday's match against Fulham, Manchester United. Yes, we're talking about Manchester United all this while, but we still need to address some few guys that's actually did somewhat against the Fulham, which is we have the defender.
Kevin Bassey, you mean, yeah?
Yes.
So now that Fulham squad. The thing is, I saw a post yesterday and someone said yeah, I think someone said this Fulham squad is not doesn't have so much quality as people say. The manager has been carrying them for quite a while. I kind of saw where it was coming from.
Yeah.
That Fulham team, yeah, I think Marco Silva is a good manager. You can see.
See, to
Marco
my
Silva,
surprise, he turned
yeah,
the team
Marco Silva is a
around.
good manager to always have them not in relegation battles every year. Yeah, they're never in relegation
Yeah,
battles.
yeah.
They are just in around the mid-table
Yeah.
11th, 12th, 13th every year. He's a really good manager, to be honest. I mean, watching that game yesterday, their players are not intelligent. You see that forward line, they're going to suffer. Yes. I can't tell you. They're really going to suffer. Like, I mean, to be honest, you see, last year, William brought a lot of like experience
Yeah.
to that front line. I'm not saying this like Iwobi is a decent player at best.
Yeah.
Iwobi is a decent player at best. Iwobi will not give you a full season of consistency, and having Iwobi play that left is
I think it was going to be pulling him, but
it's going to be damning for them. Then you see Adama Traore. Oh no.
You see,
Very, very unintelligent.
Chocolate will tell me, Chocolate love him so much.
Yeah.
He loves him so much. He
No,
said,
no.
so when probably he said, when he loves him, they run. He said, nobody said,
Run
what's
with
that?
no sense.
He said, nobody catches this guy.
No, exactly.
You can't catch this guy.
Adama Traore, you
But
just run.
at the end, what
He's
probably
finishing
is
his
the final,
Yeah, the final,
touch.
like he's
His
finishing
final touch.
I mean, Adama Traore literally went to Barcelona for 6 months, and they were like, no.
But I think he needs to work on his finishing
They
because
were like, no, this guy can't. Yeah, no, not
he's
this
good
guy.
with the run. With, and
He can go past players.
He didn't do the oil thing.
And I
He
think
didn't do the oil thing.
he did yesterday. It kind of dried up. He did. He always puts oil.
I was, then he will come out.
Yeah, so just, no, he did. I think he did at the start of the game, so you didn't see him doing
Okay,
it.
no, I really want during the match.
No, I don't. So that
I said, which can show up in this?
No, I really think, yeah, as the manager has said yesterday, they still have to go into the market. He came out to say it yesterday, they still have to go into the market.
Yeah.
The squad doesn't have, and you let Paulina go, you let William go.
It has to be cells.
Yeah,
They're making good
I
money.
don't think they'll be in a relegation battle this year, but the thing is, if the Premier League is hard, so if you don't up yourself, and it's gonna be hard. Kevin Bassett did so well. Yeah,
To me, that's the guy actually picked
yeah,
out.
he did so well.
His
yesterday.
confidence
He's a
in
very
the
good
back
defender.
line, his
Yeah,
confidence, and he wasn't shying away from the ball.
Yeah.
He was always open to play the ball, even in this stress. I can see so many players then will like walk away, tell the player,
Yeah.
play it. He's always calling me, give me the ball.
me the ball,
Give
yeah.
me the ball. Always open. And
he did so well.
you really help the team. Now, let's fast forward now what we actually expect at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Looking at Manchester United, do you think, where do you see them finishing?
Are we still on Man United?
Yeah, we're still in my club. Come on.
Well, for Man United, where they finish, I think I did
Okay, yes.
I did a full table prediction.
Okay. So,
Got Arsenal first,
okay.
obviously, because why not? I mean, as I've said, I've said it a number of times. We have to.
Yeah.
We have to. I mean, about the motivation of the squad. I mean, because now it has to be now or never.
Yeah.
And why not? Because you are the anger of the last 2 seasons has to drive you. We have more motivation than City does, and that's the reason why I have us over Manchester City. The only place I would, be a little less confident, obviously because of our front line. Yeah. So that's you could argue that the front line is a bit thin. I don't think Havertz and Gabriel Jesus can give us the goals over the course of the season. Okay. So we just need a striker. When teams are like dilly-dallying in their back and giving us the low block and all that, we need that extra little bit of just that as you said earlier, Chicharito, just to match it in for us. We need that kind of striker. Gabriel Jesus doesn't give us that. He likes to play ball, and then that's just my fear. But the back is as strong as ever. I think our business this season, I wouldn't really rate it because Calafiori is a very good player, but I don't think it was like in terms of hierarchy or what we need. That's not what we were really looking for. But I mean, I get what Arteta is trying to do. He's trying to focus on the strength. Then I've got Manchester City up second, not because I think they're gonna be so bad, but I just think there's gonna be this breather.
Yeah,
They're gonna
to
breathe back and
get
like
relaxed.
yeah, that complacency which I said was there last year. The complacency was always there last year. But the thing is, when they were complacent in November, December, when it got to December, Arsenal also fell off.
Okay.
And then Liverpool were actually the ones who were there in January, February, and also still fell up. But then when Man City had come back, yeah, the Man City we know, January, February, of course, they didn't lose then, and Arsenal we're also winning.
Yes.
So coming into this new year, last year, Arsenal were behind Man City in terms of Man City having a game in hand, but we are both them with 2 points, but they had a game in hand. So then our win, we us winning, we are not so because Man City were also winning also. So
Yeah.
I just feel this year, if Arsenal is able to take every given chance that they've got, then and Man City still has that complacency that they normally do have in that November, December. I think they will not be able to um, come back up, even if they have a 15 or 17 games win run. Then third, I've got them as Liverpool, not because of anything, just because of the squad they've got. Because I think they still have the players, nobody left, and the good manager. I can't really place him now. He's just managed in the Dutch
Yeah.
league. I mean, from the experience of Ten Hag, you can't use that as you
Come
can
on, I keep saying it again.
you
Like,
can
just leave us out of
you
it.
can't you can't use that as a metric to
I'm
judge.
even looking to where you call Manchester United and all this thing.
Hold on, we're getting there. Then as for Liverpool, I think the manager he says the right things in his press conferences, to be honest, but I still think they have a good squad to be able to finish third. Fourth, Spurs.
So you
So
have these numbers, and you think Manchester United will finish below Liverpool, will finish
obviously,
even below Spurs.
yeah, I think you will. I'm
Come
gonna
on, give us some credit.
not because of anything. I think Man United are in the right direction, but I just think that I just think that Big Ange is a very good manager. I think
No, see,
they could easily have finished fourth last year if not because of them being Spursy.
okay,
Yeah, towards the end of last season, they just kind of fell off. And if they had won one of those two games in which they messed up badly, they would have easily won, finished
that can also work. Yeah,
fourth. So it can work both ways. Yeah, I feel this between fourth and eighth is going to be very tight. It's going to be interchangeable. I may be wrong there. Like anybody in that fourth and eighth bracket can finish in anywhere in those numbers.
yes,
So fifth, I have Man United. So I think yes, another Europa League, and I think yeah, I think yes. Jim, as I've said, Jim Ratcliffe knows what he's doing.
yeah.
I'm not a fan of Ten Hag. I don't think he's that manager. I think he's the Mark Hughes of Manchester and the Mark Hughes. You know when Man City had Mark Hughes
Yeah.
before they went and got Pellegrini, who won them the title. I think Ten Hag is that Mark Hughes. I don't think he's the one that can lead you to Promised Land, but I think Jim Ratcliffe is the one. Like I like him a lot. He knows what he's doing. Then we've got Chelsea in sixth. A lot of people have them in ninth, tenth, but I think they have the good squad. Yeah, Pep said they have two squads. They have 42 first team players. That's mad. But I just think that they would have towards the end of last season, the way they came up to finish, I think they're gonna have it this year again. I think they're gonna be just be able to finish there or thereabouts. I think sixth is where they'll finish. I have Newcastle in seventh.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they're good enough for top four. I don't think. Yes, I know they have Tonali and Tonali, who's going to feel like a new signing for them, and they've got the money, but of course PSR is making them not spend so much. I know you're going to wonder why I don't have them in top four and I have Spurs, but
Yeah.
as so always say, I walk just a fence away from the stadium, so I know what I feel. I know what I feel. I know what I feel from there. I don't think.
I don't think. I think Newcastle should be ahead of Spurs.
No, this won't happen. I don't think that one. I'm very sure. I don't think that will happen. I just think,
Isak?
yeah,
With Isak?
yeah. Isak is that's the striker that I think if we had would have. I would be so confident win the league. But it's not just there yet. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
it's not just there yet. And also with Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is a good manager, but I think it's still just the Mark Hughes type. I don't think it's there yet. They're getting there, but no, I don't think they will finish in top four. Then I have eight as Aston Villa. I don't think they're going to finish in top four again. Nah,
They got lucky last season.
Yeah, I don't think. I think they're gonna jog
The
Champions League. Yeah, exactly. Juggling the Champions League and the league, it's gonna be so difficult. And looking at the business they've done, you sold Douglas Lewis and you bought Onana. I'm not sure of that. Like, I feel Douglas Lewis is the better, player for that. Then we'll have West Ham in ninth. I was thinking West Ham would just be above Aston Villa, but then just to give Aston Villa the benefit of the doubt, but I think West Ham are going to do so well this season. With Lopetegui, I think it's going to be so good. He's a Spanish manager. I mean, you know what Spanish managers are like. And then with the signing of their signings have been so good. I personally think they've got like the best window in this transfer window out of all the Premier League clubs. And very shrewd business that they've done. You have Nicolas Fulkrug, that's a very West Ham signing. You've still got Kudus there.
Yeah, Kudus still
They
there,
managed
so-
to keep Paqueta because of the road that is ongoing, which is a good one for them. Then I have Crystal Palace in 10th. I think Olivier Glasner knows what he's doing. The manager, I think they're going to be still up there. And with Mateta, he has managed to have Mateta reborn into someone else. I saw him in the Olympics. That guy was something else. Yeah, they lost to Lise, but I think with them still keeping Eze and still having the manager, I think they're going to manage to finish just managing to get into the top half. And then I have Wolves in 11th.
Okay.
And I think just because they're Wolves, they'll just manage to always find a way. I have Brighton in 12th. I would have had them lower, but because I'm not sure of what they're going to give yet with the new manager
Okay.
they've had, but I just think they'll just manage to just finish around there. Fulham, they always finish around 11th, 12th. I have them in 13th. I would have had them higher, but watching what I watched yesterday, I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm not sure. 14th, Everton. I think they will just be in the relegation talk, then just manage to
Okay.
get out towards the end of the season. I have Bournemouth at 15th. I think they're going to struggle, even if they signed the new striker Ivan Nielsen from Porto. I still think the Premier League is very unforgiving.
Yeah.
I think they're going to struggle a bit, a lot this
Yeah.
season. I think just have them finishing in 17th, 16th. Sorry, that's just above Southampton. Even if they still have Tony, I think gonna struggle a bit. And watching the end of last season, I don't think even Tony even gave so much. Southampton, I have them in 17th. I think they're the only side who just came up and they're gonna manage to escape.
So you think they're going to escape?
Yeah, I think they'll just about nick it because I think they kind of have a more adaptable side compared to the rest who came up. And Leicester, yes, but we'll talk about Leicester soon. But Southampton, I think they'll just manage to just get out there. Ipswich, I have them just to go down as 18th. I think they're gonna be the Luton of this season.
Okay.
I think they would manage to give a lot of good clubs problems in their home ground in
I
Portman Road.
It's staying. I see them staying.
Well, I mean, I was about to have that feeling, but the Premier League is hard.
Yeah.
Premier League is hard.
Yeah, I know.
Watching Luton last year, I was like, I think they could even get a result against Liverpool today, very possible. But I think even at that, they would manage to give problems, manage to give us entertaining games in that Portman Road. I heard Portman Road is a bouncing stadium, but I think they would just give us all that height and then just bow out. That's what I think. And then Nottingham Forest, I think this is the year they finally go down. They've flirted a lot with the relegation, so I have them at 19th. They flirted a lot with relegation. I don't rate their manager. I think they'll go down. And then 20th, finally have Leicester.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, this is
they're going.
yeah, this is 2024. You still have Vestergaard and FaZe in your back line. Man, it's mad.
It's time to do some business, you know.
Well, if they can, but I just think, man, even if you do business, you're not going to buy a whole squad.
Yes.
And you have Vardy. Like, yes, Vardy doesn't play every time. And then you lost Kenan Disbury Hall to Chelsea, who was literally your best player in the championship last year. I just think somehow I don't think they're going to be able to make it. I don't think they're gonna cut off the Premier League.
All right. So thank you so much. That's Scobregas League of 2024-2025 with his club on top of the table.
I mean, why not?
I'm not surprised.
It's more of hope, though.
Yes.
But why not?
It's more of hope, and that's quite an interesting one. So let's see what will unfold in the coming months. So we are here about towards the end of the show, and we have some games lined up to see how Scobregas is going to be playing with us today. So the first one lined up is he will need him to name his five-a-side. So what do you have for your five-a-side? Yes.
Five-a-side, if I'm including a goalkeeper, I would say Oliver Kahn.
Okay, that's number one.
Yeah, he just kind of like thinking between Oliver Kahn and Casillas.
Childhood,
Oliver Kahn in the 2001 Champions League was immense, and watching Casillas also from 2002 Champions League. But I think Oliver Kahn just edged it because of how scary he is. Yeah. Then for the defense, I would love to say Saliba, but he hasn't won much. And who I love to see playing, I can't get it past John Terry.
Okay.
John Terry for me, it has to be there. Then going into the midfield, I would have. I'm thinking between Zidane, because I love Zidane.
Okay.
I'm thinking between Zidane and Fabregas, but Fabregas, why not? Because I got my name after him. Fabregas, it's a crazy footballer. Then I will have Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Definitely. And up top, obviously Thierry Henry. Because why not? I mean, he's the best. He's the best I've ever seen in terms of putting the ball in the net. So
I still put him that, to me, Thierry Henry is the best striker EPL has ever produced.
Obviously, like for me, that's like an argument that I don't really like to have.
Yeah,
he's the best. He's the best striker the EPL has ever
produced.
Like it's I guess
maybe Haaland might come out with something
No.
wonderful, but time will tell. But so far, the results speak for itself. Yes, we have the likes of Alan Shearer.
Yeah,
but the difference between both of them is Alan Shearer was gifted a league.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Blackburn.
Alan Shearer was good though. Yeah,
he was good, but he didn't. He's like the Kane.
Yeah.
You have the goals, but you don't have you don't have nothing to show for it.
Well, like Thierry Henry, like he doesn't just score; he scores his assists.
He assists.
He plays. He does.
He plays with a team that
and it was very prolific.
He played with the team that was also victorious. They were glorious.
I mean, he saw everything, to be honest.
Yeah,
even when
apart from the Champions League.
Yeah, what I mean by he saw everything in Arsenal. Like even when we were on the decline, he was there.
Yes,
he was there for the first 2 years when we were like just going down, and he was still delivering on a high scale.
So if you have Thierry Henry, you then have Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer he's a goal machine.
Yeah, Alan Shearer was good.
Goal machine. And thank God for Blackburn for giving him the title. But I don't know why was sometimes when you see kind of goals he bangs, and he like maybe I didn't watch him play. I only watched him towards the end of his career. That's why I've actually followed him. It's like maybe in coming years now you see Kane numbers.
Yeah.
And you'll be wondering, how come with all these numbers there's no traffic?
I mean, because of the team he played for.
Exactly. So I believe in time for Alan Shearer not being ahead because of the team he played for.
Yeah, well, yeah. He played for and he still won the league.
That ball that come towards the end of his career, come on, just like we did for Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
I mean, Owen won trophies before you, so.
Yeah, he won. Did he win Premier League? Come on, he didn't win Premier League.
He didn't win Premier League with Liverpool, yes, but.
He didn't win. We gave him that. Do you think it's easy?
Move on.
You now, you're counting 21, how many what? 21 what?
21 years.
And do you think it's easy?
Speaking about 21 years, I don't really care about how long it's been, to be honest. I just want to win it. Like, because even if I won it last season, even if I won it last season, I would have wanted to win it this season again. I just want to win it. But speaking about 21 years, it's counting for everybody. Man United is what now? 12?
Yeah.
2013, that's 12. So that's the thing. It keeps counting. Chelsea's like 8.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 9 now.
Liverpool had 30 then.
Okay, no, Chelsea's 8. Liverpool have 30 years. So Chelsea have 50 years. So at the end of the day,
everyone is getting there.
So there will be a time when one team will be dominating.
Yeah,
and everybody will count in their years. So it's just normal.
Yeah.
You understand? So it happens, but I don't really care about how long it's been. I just want to win it.
Yeah, just want to win it.
I want to win it, not just because of
stay there.
Exactly, and sit and dominate. To be honest, as long as I really want to see, and this squad has the ability to do that.
Like Leicester, you win it,
And just no, obviously, this squad,
dominate.
yeah, this squad has the ability to dominate. But if you watch them, if you watch how they play, especially how they play, they suck teams in. They compress the pitch and they make it look like you don't have space to play yourself. Exactly. So they have the ability to do that, and I want to win it because of the boys.
Exactly.
Like the boys deserve something. Like if you look at Saka, look at all of them, they all deserve something.
You've made your list, but I believe I will actually hold on to my own speech in terms of where we're going to end this season. But I'm seeing a very glorious Manchester United. So
okay, Man United winning the league, yeah.
I'm seeing a glorious Manchester United. So however
we will be there. We will be there.
We'll actually be there. So we want to actually give you the Sportsman of the Week. And our Sportsman for the Week is Jude Bellingham.
Obviously, that's Jude Bellingham.
Is an obvious. I don't know how he does it, but he somehow managed to always get the man of the match. It's as if he's. If you check La Liga last season, he has the most man of the match won.
Mm-hmm.
And if you check also in Euros, somehow he managed.
So the thing is with the man of the match thing, I think it would have been unfair for them to have given to another person, because watching him in that second half, he was unreal. Like, he was ridiculous. Like, that second half, that's the real box-to-box midfielder thing. Yeah. That is the Jude we wanted to see in the Euros.
Definitely.
Like, he was everywhere. It would have been like, I mean, I don't think he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, to be honest. I think Vini will win that because Vini deserves it, yeah. But I think...
Really?
Yeah, Vini deserves it.
Come on, Jude.
Jude is good. Jude is good, but I don't think he's in the Ballon d'Or conversation yet.
He should. He is. And
he's in the conversation because...
He is in the conversation.
Because he made a good move to Madrid, won a lot of things with Madrid, and up to now, so he will be the...
Finished finals in Euros.
Yes, finished. Yes, he will be in the conversation, but I think he's good.
No,
good.
You shouldn't put him out of the way. You know what? I'll stop him right there.
No, I think he's good, but he was ridiculous in that game. Like, okay, so he has to be the Sportsman of the Week. He was absolutely
okay.
Good.
That is Jude Bellingham, and now just let you know that this is Black Sport Podcast, where we're talking about how we interact as fans to the game we love, because it's part of every fabric of our lifestyle. So it's all about football, it's all about sports, it's all about what we love to do. And we'll be doing this every week. So stay glued and don't touch the dial. Find a way, put in a notification on your phone, put a notification on your laptop, put a notification on your TV set, because we'll be staying on your screens every week to give you what is happening in EPL and around the world.
Like, subscribe, everything. It's a beautiful platform to the care. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you
so much. That's from Scobregas, an Arsenal fan, born to be this, born to do this, and also born to actually stay struggling for the league.
You say so.
Okay, so this is our wrap. Right here always, Insonet Uche, your host, and with my guest today is Scobregas. Feel free to follow him on his handle right there on the screen, and we'll believe to see more of him here as we give him some interesting facts and interesting stories concerning football and Arsenal, which is his boyhood club. So let's give it a wrap. I'll see you next week as we talk about Let's Talk Football. But right now it's Let's Talk Sport. See you next week. Have a wonderful time. Bye.